issued by UCSB admissions. I'm Natali. I'm a third-year molecular, cellular, and developmental biology major. I chose the MCDB major specifically out of all the other bio majors because personally I felt it had a more human body application. I could see my own personal interest in this major more than other bio majors, and this is just something that I discovered as I was going through those first introductory classes, and so I decided to major specifically within MCDB. The pre-major process for the MCDB major. You have to take your chemistry, your physics, your organic chemistry, as well as your introductory bio, among other classes. I think looking back as a third year, I really wish that I soaked up more this time to really learn these concepts because they're so foundational. Topics covered within MCDB are biochemistry, just understanding the molecular mechanisms of the cell and how that leads to other things within the body. Also regulation. I think the overarching theme is just complexity. Every class is intertwined with one another, but you can go deeper into any specific topic that you like. A common misconception about my major is that anybody within bio is pre-med, and that is definitely not the case. I know so many people who want to go into research or who want to go into education instead, and actually a lot of these classes are built in mind of the general population. They are not specifically geared towards medical students, they are not specifically geared towards research unless otherwise stated, but they really do provide a basis for students to just go in, take what they want to learn, and then go and apply it to their own specific career aspirations. Favorite classes that I've taken through my major have been MCDB 111, which is human physiology. That class was really fun because you get to see how molecular bio actually directly applies to the human body. So very fun class. I've also taken 108B, which is your second course in your biochemistry series. That class focused specifically on glycolysis and regulation, and it was incredibly fascinating to learn how intricate these systems are within just a couple of cells and how that affects your whole body. So that was also really incredible. And then my favorite class that I've taken thus far has been MCDB 153, which is neurodevelopment. And that class is understanding how the nervous system develops, but through the lens of research. And the end of the class was really open-ended. It talked about Alzheimer's and just what we could do now with what we know. And it was really inspiring to take that class. So these are just a sample of some of my favorite classes that I've taken so far. That are outside of UCSB. For example, I scribe for a pediatrician in downtown Santa Barbara. This is an opportunity I learned through the pre-health department, and they have been instrumental in just opening doors and opening opportunities for students to go outside of Isla Vista community and to really get involved in what they want to do. Lots of clubs and organizations related to my major. If for students who wanted to get involved in more of the education side, there's a club called Sidetrack. They go to the local Santa Barbara schools and they teach science. There are also other clubs that are more pre-professional, like career-oriented, such as the Health Professions Organization, and I've been to many of their meetings because they invite local doctors from the hospital to come and speak. So there are networking opportunities through these clubs and organizations as well. I do have goals to go on to med school after I graduate from UCSB. I'm one of those very few people that came in wanting to be a doctor and are leaving still wanting to be a doctor. Everybody's case is different, but I realized more and more with the classes that I was taking and more with the experiences I was getting outside of school that truly I really did want to be in the medical field, and it is the perfect balance between learning something new every day in terms of science, but also just interacting with people. So I find that I'm still on the pre-med track to this day.